Hello everybody and welcome to WEBfactory 2010. In this video tutorial we're gonna talk about the extended properties and replacement signals for the alarms in WEBfactory 2010 Studio. So let's get started. Before going into Studio and talking about how to set up the extended properties, I want to show you how these extended properties look like at runtime and how can they help us. So I have here the alarm viewer opened and I'm going to scroll to the right part of the main view, and over here we have three different columns, and these three columns are manufacturer, article number and custom extended property, and these three columns are in fact extended properties. Now what can we do with these three columns? Well, we can use them to display any data we might need for our project inside our alarms. So let's get back in Studio and see how can we set up this kind of extended properties. Inside WEBfactory Studio, I have opened the demo projects, so I already have the alarms defined in my alarming section. But before applying an extended property to an alarm, we're gonna need to go into the settings, and under the project settings, select the extended alarm properties, and in here we can see we have the list of the whole 32 extended properties that are available for our alarms. So right now we have a couple of extended properties enabled. We have the article number and we also have enabled the manufacturer extended property, and these two extended properties are used by default by our demo project. But we're gonna enable another extended property and we're gonna use the extended property 10. To enable this extended property, we're gonna click it and make it active over here, and we're gonna select the data type we want for our extended property. And remember that if we select string as a data type, we must use the contents as string, and this rule goes for the integer and double options. So if we select a data type, the contents of our extended property must be the same with the data type. So I'm gonna select integer because I'm gonna want to use numbers in my extended properties, and I'm gonna save the configuration. Now we can go back to our alarming and we can already see our extended property number 10 is active for our alarm, and we have a content for it, and I'm gonna change this to 00001, so we have some integers inside as contents, and I'm gonna save this setup. Now our alarm has the extended property we have just defined active, but how can it help us at runtime? Well, we're gonna go back in Smart Editor, and in our alarm viewer control we're gonna go to the configuration section of the property inspector and hit the columns button, and inside here we will want to add another column for our extended properties, and in fact I'm gonna add other three columns for our extended properties. So to add a column, click on Add Alarm Column Setting, select our column, and let's go in the type options and select extended property, and I'm gonna add the first extended property now. I'm gonna add a new column and do the same, but this time I'm gonna select in the type options the second extended property, and I'm gonna do it again, this time for our extended property number 10, the one that we have just defined. Now I'm gonna click OK to confirm, and I'm gonna build this application and see what happens at runtime. Our control is up and running, and if we scroll to the right side of the main view, we will see our three columns that we have just defined in Smart Editor showing our extended properties. And just as we have set up our extended property number 10 because it is integer, it will display 1 because as an integer this value will represent 1. So you can see here we have the custom extended property, which is our column, and it displays the correct value. And we also have the other extended properties, the manufacturer and the article number, Now, this is everything about the extended properties in WEBfactory Studio. The replacement tab from the alarm details allows us to use a signal as a placeholder inside one of our alarm's texts. And to do that, we'll have to activate the replacement and select for one of these 20 positions that we have a signal. And I'm gonna do this for the signal 1. I'm gonna select the vibration 1 signal. Now, I'm gonna click the Save button and go into the translations, and inside the translations I'm gonna add, besides this translated text, I'm gonna add the following text. The value is, and to use this placeholder over here I'm gonna use two hashtags to specify exactly what signal should be replaced with vibration 1. So in my case I'm gonna use hashtag 1 and again a couple of hashtags. So this is the syntax needed to use the replacement. Now I'm gonna save everything and I'm gonna bring over my alarm viewer at runtime, but first I will have to restart the server so the new values will take in. Now our server is restarted, so I'm gonna reload my alarm viewer application, and inside we're gonna see that right after our translated text we're seeing the value from our vibration 1 signal. So this is how the replacement signals work in WEBfactory 2010 Studio. This is everything for today. I'm gonna see you next time when we're gonna talk about more interesting stuff in WEBfactory 2010 Studio. See you soon.